Well, I'll say this, okay? The New York Rangers have done a lot more in the past that has impressed me and a lot more than the Vancouver Canucks have. They actually have respect for their fans. But that kind of thing is what I want to see from my hockey. The way that our ownership handles us and treats us, they treat us like idiots. Well, okay, I guess the big news from the last couple days, JT Miller.
A former Canuck.
In the back there on the TV is JT Miller goal highlights, okay? We still love Canuck goal highlights, all right? We still love him. Named the captain of the New York Rangers.
I don't know. Would you say that's unbelievable, or would you say that's surreal, or that's awesome, or that's a head scratcher? Like, there's so many thoughts, so many.
To me, it's like it basically confirms everything that we thought.
So basically, what this sounds like to me, maybe it wasn't JT Miller who was the cancer.
I mean, if we're gonna use that word,
If we're gonna use that word,
if we're gonna use that word, cancers can also be quiet, right?
exactly.
Because at least you know what you're gonna deal with loud people.
Everyone out there who is calling JT Miller a cancer in the locker room, you have to look at Petey as well.
Okay. Was he the cancer? Okay, and also what we have to look at, okay, I don't know if you did you listen to Donnie and Dally the other day?
I did not.
Okay. They talked about it. Now, I have to say, Donnie and Dally, they're our heroes.
Yeah, I love you
Now,
guys.
what I have to say is Donnie and Dally, they are the original Canucks Uncensored. Okay? These here are two guys who have basically, from what I understand, have been shunned by the mainstream media because they've had their hands slapped a few times because they tell the truth.
People can't handle the truth.
Exactly. Okay, and here we can clearly see what Donnie, at least Don Taylor, what side he's on this. Okay, so if you guys didn't see this,
JT Miller has been named the 29th captain of the New York Rangers.
Wow. I'm not surprised, Donnie. I'm not surprised.
The Rangers coaching staff and management to be named after a short period of time back with the Rangers, captain of the team. They were impressed by him.
Absolutely. Whether you like or hate Miller, and there's people in both camps, Donnie, that you cannot deny this guy cares. He hates to lose. He's got hard skill. You mentioned the 76 hits in 32 games. Where's the hard skill for the Canucks in their top six other than Evander Kane? That's important to people, Donnie. Hard skill. Drags the team into the fight, plays with passion, defends his teammates. He did all that in Vancouver.
So why'd they trade him?
Whoa, that's a loaded question. It's not good when you trade a guy and he ends up in a captain in another team. That whole season last year is on those two guys. Not on one, but on both of them.
And yet, locker room troubles, dressing room troubles in Vancouver, but the Rangers don't care about that. Apparently, he's been on his best behavior.
Yeah, he was.
With the Rangers.
They did, before the Rangers traded for JT Miller at the deadline. You know what they did, Don? They did a ton of research into Miller, Pettersson. Miller and
so
Pettersson.
If what he did with the Canucks was so bad,
that's it.
Why would the Rangers look into that and then say, you know what, there's our captain?
That's it.
Was it so bad that Miller had to go? And look, I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
So many of the Canucks problems. The biggest problem with the Canucks is Elias Pettersson's contract.
Yeah.
I mean, they traded the better player, in my opinion anyway,
Yes.
the better leader, and the way better contract.
And here's another one for you. If you ask Rick Tocchet privately, who do you want to keep? Who do you want to keep, Pettersson or Miller? 100%. He says Miller. You know why? Because that was a heart and soul guy.
You defended Pettersson last year.
Stop it, Don. He was Tocchet's type of guy. Heart and soul, hard skill. He could fight. The body checks, 76 in 32 games last year with the Rangers. He was a Tocchet guy, and it killed Tocchet. They traded him.
It's hard to take, I think, for a lot of Canuck fans. And look, we'll find out the story, and then maybe opinions change after that. But I mentioned, I think he's the better player, the better leader, the better contract. And now he's being celebrated,
Yes.
being rewarded by one of hockey's most iconic franchises.
Wow. So many talking points from that video itself. My gosh.
you know what? Like, I put that up because it basically echoes my sentiments. Does it not?
Yeah, it's talked about what we've discussed this entire time as a possibility.
I hate that we're bringing this up again, guys. Honestly, I really hate that we have to talk about Petey and Miller. And again, here we are back again talking about this shit. Okay? But it is clear as day. All right? Rev Trev's gonna love this. Okay, Rev Trev's probably like celebrating. Yeah, captain. He's probably gonna want to get a Rangers jersey now with Miller with the C. Okay, but the thing that Donnie said. Okay, Miller was a Rick Tocchet guy. He was. There's no if and ands about it. There's no disputing that, right?
No.
And seeing what the New York Rangers just did, putting the C on JT Miller, no wonder Tocchet didn't want to come. It just speaks to the optics of everything, okay? Why was he the one traded? It doesn't make sense. This is the hockey player. And the other guy is the baby who has been spoiled and came to training camp out of shape. We haven't released this yet, but there's just questions, right? There's questions to be asked. So what do you think? Okay,
So I made this graphic and just a couple of things, Frank Saravelli talking about how JT Miller's been announced the captain, 29th captain in Rangers history. And then there's another tweet going out there saying, oh, the Canucks, or not the Rangers, this is a dangerous move, and maybe he wasn't the issue. And which is what we've been talking about. Maybe he wasn't the issue. And, the Canucks picked the skill, right? Like they did. But ultimately, the Rangers ended up picking him for captain because he has the edge. That's literally it.
I think that's like, is this a ticking time bomb in New York City? Obviously not. They gave him the C. Okay.
They had to have done their research. If all 3 times he's a locker room cancer, that's why he quote unquote got traded 3 times. They must have done their research to say, hey, look, this is the best fit.
As Don Taylor just said in that video, okay, they must have looked at what happened, did the research, asked the people who were involved what happened, but yet he's the captain of the team now. One of the most prestigious original 6 teams in the NHL. They make apparently locker room cancer JT Miller the captain.
Yeah.
So this for me, this whole narrative thing about what it was about why did the Canucks choose Petey over Miller? It's getting really more clear to me, okay, that someone didn't want to get rid of Petey.
Yeah. We're not just bringing this up because this is like some crazy clickbait stuff, whatever. We're bringing this up because what type of 2C are we looking for? It's JT Miller type C replacement. This is why we're talking about this.
It makes no sense, okay? JT Miller was too intense for Vancouver. When you put that on, like, who is too intense for a hockey team? Let's get real here. Well, I'll say this, okay? The New York Rangers have done a lot more in the past that has impressed me and a lot more than the Vancouver Canucks have.
Yeah.
All right? Remember when the Rangers were rebuilding? They came out and admitted it to the fans. Remember they sent out a press release.
Oh, so
You
much
remember
respect.
that?
So much respect for that.
Right? They came out with a press release saying, hey, fans, we understand that you were probably not too excited about the moves we're making, but we're rebuilding. We are I don't know if they used the word, but they basically...
They did.
They did, right?
They did.
They spelled it out in plain English for their fans. They actually have respect for their fans, okay? Telling them, hey, we might going to lose for a little while because, we're trying to build a better team. We should try to find the letter for the Rangers put out. But that kind of thing is what I want to see from my hockey team, okay? And not the way that our ownership handles us and treats us, they treat us like idiots. Right? They don't listen to Trevor Linden. They ship Trevor Linden off because they don't want to do what he says and when he wants to rebuild. And again, the New York Rangers acquire a piece of their puzzle that's going to be effective, that's going to be a hard-nosed player, the type of hockey player that hockey teams need. JT Miller, and they slap the C on him. So the Rangers, full respect to them, full marks to them. I hate to say it, okay? As Canucks fans, I hate to compliment the Rangers because they were our arch enemy at one time.
Over 30 years ago, but still an arch enemy.
Right? Yeah. But at this point right now, even though I hate seeing Messier raise the cup, dude, as a fan, I wish I was treated the way that the New York Rangers treat their fans.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I hate to have this channel be all about bashing Aquilini, but the writing's on the wall here, man. It really is. And that's all that tells us here with JT becoming captain.
Yes.
It's basically the Rangers have... telling the Canucks fans, look at you guys lost, suckers.
Yeah, we took your player and made him captain.
Yeah.
We took your player. Look, that's crazy.
Unbelievable. This is what we have to deal with. Okay?
What's up, Canuck fan? If you like that uncensored clip and you want to see more, click here. Or if you want to watch the entire Canucks Uncensored podcast, click here. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah!